Hello, I'm Dwayne, again, back with another video. Again, I'm gonna, the last couple times I've been on here, I've been reading from the Bible and sharing some thoughts and some things people may want to think about or whatever. Hopefully, I've helped out somebody along the way. If I can just help one, uh, that's a good start. This subject's gonna be something a little different. I'm not gonna speak from the Bible. It is gonna be a little bit generated from it, but last time the drowning in alcohol thing, really, I think it really resonated with a lot of people and it stuck with them. And I know for me, even now, I still go back and listen to it. What I want to talk about in this video is something that I know it doesn't get said every day. It doesn't get said every day. And it may not apply to everyone that watches this video, but it does to me, and I'm sure it's going to apply to a lot that watches this video. And what I'm talking about is we, as people, sometimes we overlook some things. We too busy in life, just too busy, and we overlook and we forget. We forget certain things. And what I'm referring to in that is our parents. And I was thinking today. I wrote out for a little bit. And I've taken up the practice all the time of going and having a few cups of coffee with my mom and dad and speaking with them. And sometimes me and my dad just sit in the garage drinking our coffee and just looking at the trees and the birds and the pretty scenery, and we might go 10-20 minutes not say a word to each other, but you know what, it's valued time. I don't know if everyone that watches this video, if their parents are still with them. If they're not, then I'm terribly sorry, but I don't know if everyone watching this video, that I'm sure there's some that didn't even know their parents or didn't know their dad or didn't know their mom or came from a divorced family, or had a stepdad, a stepmom. But that's a word that I really don't like, is the step part of it. I think that if a man gets with a woman that has a relationship with a woman that has kids from a previous marriage, and that man's serious about that woman, then those kids aren't his stepkids. He ain't much of a man if they ain't his kids, because basically what it boils down to is if you really love their mother, then those are your kids, and you better love them too. Same thing for a lady that gets with a man that already has kids and she doesn't have kids. Then if she truly loves that man, those are her kids too. They're not stepkids, they're her kids. It doesn't diminish the biological parent in any way. If anything, it makes things go a little smoother, I believe. And what I'm talking about here is, like, people go through every day, and it's very easy to get that phone call from your mama and answer the phone and have a quick 3-4 minute conversation or a 25-30 minute conversation. But then as soon as you get off the phone, it's back to Facebook, paying attention to something else. But when the cards fall and something goes bad, person's quick to pick up the phone and call their mama, or pick up the phone and call their dad. Now, like I say, not everybody has that luxury. I'm fortunate to be able to have that luxury to have my parents and be able to call them or go and see them and talk to them. And I think that goes undervalued a lot of times. I think sometimes we neglect or forget how valuable that is. Just how blessed a person is to be able to have that convenience and that support system. I value my parents more than anything because I wasn't a very easy child for them to raise up, and it got even worse as I got to be an adult and started making my own choices, which were terrible choices. But and they tried to tell me, "No, that's too smart. I knew it all." I didn't know anything. But I really value my relationship with my parents now because now that things in my life has turned around and I'm starting to see tomorrow as a great day before it ever even gets here, rather than see tomorrow as a day that how am I supposed to get beer and get drunk tomorrow. So now that my life's turned around to that point and they're getting to talk to me and talk to a sober me and talk to the real me, the child that they love and created, and talk to me when my eyes ain't glazed over or bloodshot, and be able to actually have an intelligent conversation that doesn't turn into an argument. That's a blessing in itself, and just to be able to have them do that is like I say, just a blessing. And parents should be celebrated. The single moms, the single dads, the divorced parents, regardless, if they brought life into this world, they should be celebrated. Now, trust me, there's some that didn't do too right by their kids, and for those, I'm terribly sorry because I don't see how a parent could ever treat a kid that way, their own kid, or anybody else's kid for that matter. But it does happen. There is evil on earth, and things like that happen, and it does make the world seem like a horrible place, but it's not that horrible, because kids are resilient, and sometimes they can make it back, sometimes they can't. And for those that never made it back, or those parents that just for whatever reason just wasn't the parent that they were meant to be, I feel sorrow for them, and I pray that they find a way to correct that. But in the long run, what it boils down to is parents should be celebrated for what they've had to put up with. I'm a dad myself, and I have two wonderful kids, and I'm just going to flat out say it would be very easy for me to sit here and say, hey, I'm 100% responsible for that, but I'm not. They have a great mother. They have a great mama that loves them unconditionally. She loves them regardless, and she has done a great job as being their mom and doing everything she can for them. So salute to her. She does a great job, and her and I didn't make the world worse. We made it better with them two walking in it. And I think I've done pretty good as a dad. I've had some hiccups along the way, but for the most part, pretty cool dad, I think. But sometimes we can't always be cool, but that goes with the territory. And I see my nieces growing up, and my nephews, and the wonderful job that my sisters are doing with their children. They're just doing amazing and just really good moms. And they, it's not easy being a mom. About the only easiest part about being a mom is whenever you go, you just wait till your dad gets home. Well, that puts it all on us guys. And then all of a sudden the kids are like, oh, God, dad's coming home. But I've had a few of those. My mom used to say it daily. Sometimes I think she just wanted to get ahead of the curve and say it to begin with. Just start the day with, wait till your dad gets home. I haven't done nothing wrong. It doesn't matter. I know you're going to. And then those are words that put the fear of God in a kid, because, well, I better enjoy the day, get in as much trouble and make it worth it when he gets home. But my sisters do a wonderful job with their kids, and they go above and beyond for their kids, and they do a wonderful job. And they're to be celebrated for it. They do a great job, and their husbands do great jobs, and they need to be commended as well. It's not easy being a parent. Not easy. When you think you fear for them whenever they're living at home with you, but when they get old enough to move out on their own, that's when the real fear kicks in, because you just hope and pray that you instilled in them enough wisdom and stuff to keep themselves out of trouble and away from trouble and out of problems, and how to deal with problems the proper way. And so far so good on that front. And most dads out there know exactly what I mean when I say it. I know it's equal rights, women and men, but when you're a dad and you got that pretty daughter and she gets up at age, that's like lining all your tanks up at the door. 'Cause, that's when it really gets scary. Really gets scary. But I know she's got enough common sense, and she does pretty good. She's smart. So, but back to just the struggles of being a parent. Anyone that's held their baby when they're just a little baby, one of the first thoughts that comes into their mind is, I want better for them than I had. That's one of the first thoughts, is I want better for them than I had. Let's face it, man, I was lucky if I got a couple G.I. Joes in a year's time. Nowadays, these kids have everything. And that's just parents, and, I didn't have this when I was a kid. I want to get it for them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I know people say, don't spoil your kids, but how can you not? Same thing goes for grandkids, which I don't have any of those yet, but, at least you can spoil them and send them home. And then the parents have to deal with it, kids have to deal with it when it's 11 o'clock at night and you done fed them 7 Reese cups. But being a parent's not easy, and it's worrisome, but it's also some of the funnest times a person can ever have, because even as parents, we don't realize it sometimes, but we learn more from our kids than we've taught them, really. They'll teach us things that we didn't know. We see things in a different light. We see that before kids, hey, partying and drinking, all this stuff, that was cool. But after you have kids, you start looking at it in a different light. That's where I made a mistake. I didn't see it in a different light. I still thought, hey, I'm young, I can still cut loose, carry on. But it's sad to say my kids learned a lesson about drinking and partying and all that, but not from me teaching them a positive message about it, but from watching how much I failed while I was doing it. That's the lesson I taught them, was they learned that when Dad was drunk, he can't get nothing done. He can't do nothing. It's no good. I mean, that's the lesson they learned from me. And, I mean, thank the Lord that they did learn that lesson, because neither one of them are even into that part of life, or that even infatuated by trying that part of life. They don't want to. They don't want to partake of that. So I guess I got that to be thankful for, because I was stupid, and they learned from my stupidity. I guess sometimes that'll teach a lesson. That it's working out for the best, and I'm thankful for that. But I'm not gonna make this a long video. I just want to tell everybody that if you're a parent out there, you got kids on this earth, you got grandbabies, thank you for the job that you do for your kids, and the kids should be thankful as well. And parents should be proud. They should be proud when their kid laughs, smiles. They should be proud, regardless of what they do in life. They should be proud, because a parent's love goes a long ways in developing, and a long ways into teaching, and a long ways in the decisions that gets made. So all the parents out there, congratulations on what you do, and God's shining down on you, and He's got His hands on you to make sure that you make the right decisions. They're not always easy, but sometimes they have to be made. And to my mom and dad, thank you very much for not giving up on me and sticking with me. And I'm gonna continue to do my best to make you proud. And to my sisters, continue to do the wonderful job y'all are doing. And I love all y'all. Till the next video, this was just basically something I was thinking about, and that was on my mind and in my heart, and I just wanted to share it, and hopefully it's a positive message for somebody out there, and they just pick that phone up and call and talk to one of their parents and says, hey, or even if you have to put your hands together to talk to one of your parents, do it. Do it. Because sometimes we just overlook how special they are. Well, y'all take it easy. God bless you. Later.